Hello everyone and welcome to the second day of our 21-day challenge for learning Arabic. Today we'll be talking about Arabic sounds. As we've talked last time, we have 28 letters of Arabic. Each letter has its own sound. And it's lucky that Arabic has a more straightforward and transparent way of representing sounds by letters. So when you find this letter ba, for example, you most surely will find the pronunciation be b, and same for ta, the pronunciation will be t, and jim, j, and so forth. However, there is an issue here because we've seen that some of the sounds of Arabic letters do not actually exist in English. So we do few things to represent this here. So one of these is to use numbers, as we've said like last time, for the sound which is associated with the character Hamza. So it's ba, and we use 2 here. And same for the letter ha, where we use the number 7. And same for the letter ain, where we use the number 3. And in addition, some of the sounds do not have an equivalent letter in English. So for example, the sound th does not have one letter equivalent in English, so we use th as in the word 3 in English. And same for the, although it is represented in English by th also, to avoid confusion, we use here dh to represent the sound the. There are other letter combinations. For example, for the sound kh, we use kh, and for the sound gh, we use gh. In addition, some of the sounds have a more of stronger or emphatic sounds. So for example, the sound of the letter sod, it's not sad, it's sod. So that's why we use capital S. And the same for dod, it's not dad, it's dod. That's why we use capital D. And for ta, it's not ta, which is another letter here. So we use capital T. And also for dha, we use the combination DH as in dal, but since it's a more stronger sound, so it's dha. So now we have seen the letters which are written here with different colors, which have some special issues for how they are represented in our method. And of course, you'll find the ones that are more difficult to pronounce are in red, and it's not expected that you'll be able to pronounce it right away. It's just important for the beginning to know the distinction between them and other letters and know roughly what the sound looks like or sounds like when you hear it or when you see the letter. Moving on to another issue with Arabic sounds is what is known as diacritics or harakat or tashkil. These are some characters which are applied to words to guide its pronunciation. For example, if the letter is b, is ba, and its sound is b, then we can apply a few diacritics to change how it sounds. For example, the diacritic called fatha, we add it to the letter, so it becomes b, and then kasra, we add it to the letter, it becomes b, and then dhamma, we add it to the letter, it becomes bu, and then sukoon, we add it to indicate that there is no actual vowel coming after it. So it's important to know the names of these diacritics and know their significance. Fatha is a, kasra is i, dhamma is u, sukoon is nothing, and sometimes when the whole word comes with diacritics and one of them is missing, then it might implicitly mean that this is sukoon. There is another type of diacritic called Shadda, which means that the letter sound is doubled. So if the letter sound here is b, then with Shadda it becomes b. And then you can combine it with other diacritics. So for Shadda and Fatha it will be b, and for Shadda and Kasra it will be B. And for Shadda and Dhamma, it becomes Bu. And now we can apply it to other letters. For example, the letter Ta, it has the T sound. And then with Fatha, it becomes Ta. With Kasra, it becomes T. With Shadda and Fatha, it becomes T. And for Dhamma, it becomes Tu. And using this knowledge about the sounds of letters and the sounds of diacritics combined, now we can actually start to sound out words, which is the actual real step of reading Arabic. So here we have the word for penguin. When we break it down, we'll find that it starts with the letter ba, and then ta, and then ra, and then ya, and then qaf. And we see that the letter ba has fatha, and ta has sukun, and ra has kasra. So we can break it down into ba, ta, ri, yi, q. Ba, ta, ri, yi, q. Batriq. Now we can know how to sound out a word and know what it can be pronounced like. Thank you and see you tomorrow.